For the Jets at the Patriots, the big question will be after 45-3, and the Jets are moving, and you win at Indy, and that's such a huge win. The Jets, New England has just scored 518 points. That's the seventh highest scoring team in football. They did a lot of it against the Jets, frankly, in that game with 45 points. They obviously go into it with a huge amount of confidence. How do the Jets stem the tide, Tommy, or can they?
Well, I think they're playing a different football team. The team that beat them 45-3 really is the one that I think they have to be familiar with as they get ready to play them in the playoffs. That team that they played early on in the season no longer exists. And I think that the thing that you have to really be confident of is putting some sort of pressure on Tom Brady. If you're able to do that and force him, and this is easier said than done, force him to release the ball a little quicker than he wants to. I think, again, a lot of this is going to begin with stopping the run. But look at the window that he puts that in. Ball out of his hand, gets it to Deion Branch so that he can continue running down the field. Here, boy, the easiest route in football. The straight down the field, the 9 route, the flat route to the slot guy. But again, the throw is only 4 yards. There's 14 more yards that he allows the receiver to run to the end zone. And this play I only have seen from the New England Patriots. It's a toss, but the back never moves to get the toss. Brady just lines up and gives it to him 4 yards away from him. And Danny Woodhead, who, oh, by the way, couldn't play for the New York Jets, ends up killing them in that 45-3 win. So I think that you've got to make some adjustments to what you saw in that game. But again, the thing that keyed the Jets all of last year was their ability to pressure the passer, and that has been inconsistent this year.
One thing we'll talk about, and again, we want to overanalyze. We've got a week to do it, and we'll be doing it ad nauseum, is you saw Darrelle Revis just take Reggie Wayne out of the game. What do you cover if you're covering New England? You don't blanket one guy.
Well, that's the problem. You know, he can pick out Reggie Wayne and say, well, we're going to take Reggie Wayne away from Peyton Manning. But who do you take away from the New England Patriots? Is it Deion Branch? Do you let Wes Welker kill you?
But he's in the slot. That's not right?
Both tight ends, when they line up with certain personnel and you try to bring in a package to cover guys, are you bringing in guys to cover tight ends? Are you bringing in guys who can get guys downfield in the seams? They offer a lot of problems, but the main problem is that the guy pulling the trigger may be the best player in this league. In fact, I believe he is the best player.
Well, he'll probably be named MVP in the coming days. And the Jets running game, which looked so good against the Colts, will look good on the road at New England and give Mark Sanchez something to go along with. Some of the things we'll be talking about moving forward.
The New York Jets have been sacked by yet another scandal. And for Coach Rex Ryan, this latest one hits home.
Excuse me, ma'am.
It's an apparent series of foot fetish videos from a few years ago, uncovered by the website Deadspin.com, featuring a woman bearing a striking resemblance to Ryan's wife. In one video, the woman sticks her toes out of a car window, wearing gangrene colors, no less.
Is it okay to touch him again?
A man behind the camera sounds an awful lot like Rex himself, and the two are having an intimate chat about her feet.
Really beautiful feet.
In a press conference Wednesday, Ryan, tiptoed around the issue.
This is a personal matter. My wife's beautiful. She's been married for 23 years, and she's awesome.
It's another embarrassment in a season that's already had plenty. From accusations of sexual harassment by Mexican reporter Inez Sanz.
All the women are provocative because it's very common to dress like this.
To Brett Favre's racy voicemail sent to sideline reporter Jen Sturger.
Love to have you come over tonight. Send me a text. Love to see you tonight.
To assistant coach Sal Alosi deliberately tripping Dolphins cornerback Nolan Carroll.
My actions were inexcusable and irresponsible.
What kind of credibility does Rex Ryan have going forward if, in fact, he was involved in something that is as weird and bizarre as some of the other players were doing earlier in the season?
One thing's for sure, Rex is the first to brag that his model wife is one hot mama.
I never realized how similar that I am to Tom Brady. I mean, the obvious physical appearance. He's married to a supermodel. Hello. I'm also married to a supermodel.
For Good Morning America, Rob Nelson, ABC News, New York.
I mean, the guy is he is who he is, and he does a great job of making sure everybody's on the same page and everybody's putting their best foot forward. You can't just stick your toe in the water, especially, you got your foot up in the air. You want to go out there and just put your best foot forward. He's got great feet. He has good feet. He's another guy who has great feet. You want to make sure that, you're putting your best foot forward out there. Let's go out there and being good little foot soldiers. You definitely have to be on your toes and make sure that you're ready to go.
Main event, right?
The main event.
Last game of the weekend. Rex Ryan having fun, smiling. Bill Belichick. That's how he comes prepared. Antonio Cromartie.
Florida State.
After a mouth-washing comment towards Tom Brady. There we go. Wes Welker didn't start because of the stealth foot bomb.
Punish me with my pocket.
Don't hurt me. So Wes Welker was not out for the first set of downs for the Patriots. He was standing and watching Rob Gronkowski playing in his first career playoff game with a big chain mover there. And then Tom Brady makes a rare mistake. His first interception in 339 attempts without one. David Harris picks it up. And Algie Crumpler makes a big touchdown-saving tackle. What was the mistake here that Brady made?
Tom had to throw this ball over the top of Calvin Pace's arm. Throw a little free throw in there. He dropped it down. David Harris, nice play. What great hustle, though, by Crumpler.
And that was huge because the Jets began to figuratively shoot themselves in the foot as Sanchez and Sean Green trip over one another.
That happened in the playoffs.
And then after that happens, Green comes out, LT comes in, and Sanchez dumps it off to LaDainian, who gets tackled by his offensive line.
Oh, well, they're good tacklers.
This is great play recognition by the Patriots.
At least they're going to get 3 points out of it.
Just kick it, all right?
It's easy. This guy brought him into the game, and Nick Folk puts a cherry on top.
Oh, is that the same Folk who won it?
Won it last week. It looked like it might be good. Rex doesn't challenge
the upright? Is it over the upright? Should it be good? Then no challenge, though. You don't challenge that.
Brady's mistake leads to no points. Still scoreless with 4 minutes to go in the half. First quarter,
Wes is back.
Wes is back off of the bench.
Suspension.
Well, I guess he even returned the first punt, so it really wasn't that long that he stayed there. Brady begins to get things going on right now. Finds Algie Crumpler.
Methodical drive.
28-yard gain.
That's a big man.
7th play of the drive. 9th play of the drive. Brady looks for the big man in the end zone, but Crumpler
come on,
make that play.
Big drop.
Gave him an opportunity, just did not come up with the play.
Next play, Sean Ellis coming up with a big sack of Tom Brady. The Jets were able to get pressure with their front four, and it caused Brady and the Patriots to settle for a field goal there instead of getting a touchdown. It's just 3-0 New England. Sanchez, after having no offensive touchdowns in the first quarter again, points for Braylon Edwards to go upfield, and he finds his big receiver.
Nice extending the play, directing that traffic over there, Braylon, to the sideline.
And then 2 plays later, LaDainian Tomlinson's first touchdown reception in 2 years.
It's the play the Patriots used against the Jets last time. The Jets says, let me put it on you.
First touchdown of the game belongs to the Jets at LT at 7-3, 9 minutes to go.
Everybody's home.
Brady can't find anybody, and he's forced to throw it towards Gronkowski, and it was a coverage.
He's very uncomfortable moving out of the pocket. The guys are plastering the receivers, which means go to your man when he starts to move out of the pocket.
Jets next possession, 7-3. Santonio Holmes is open, and who breaks it up?
The guy from Michigan, Braylon Edwards.
Braylon Edwards makes a nice defensive play.
They're together anyway.
Shouldn't be there.
Sanchez is upset because they're forced to punt, but the defense again holds as Brady cannot come up with points in a situation he normally does with less than 2 minutes before the half. And then what do the Patriots do? They go for a fake punt in their own end, down by 4, and it doesn't work as Patrick Chung muffs it.
One of these gutsy calls. It's a fake punting in your own territory. If it works, you look like a genius. If it doesn't work, hang on now, because you could give up some points.
What would the Jets do with this
opportunity? You lost your mind. We get all the way here, and you going to pull that mess on me? That's what he said.
So what does Sanchez and the Jets do with this opportunity? LT in between the tackles, right to the edge of the red zone. 16-yard gain to the 21. 3 plays later, 3rd and 5 in the red zone. Braylon Edwards makes a catch and then makes a play.
It says, I want to go to an AFC Championship game more than you do. That's what Braylon Edwards in this play says. Look at it. It's about who wants it more.
You take Merriweather and McCourty, 2 Pro Bowlers, into the end zone with you. Great play, Braylon.
14-3, Jets on top at the half, and then the first possession of the second half, the Jets take the law firm and shut it down. David Harris and Bart Scott stop him on short yardage, but the Jets give the ball back to the Patriots. Here comes Calvin Pace, sacking Brady again.
Enough time to throw the ball, but no one's open once again. Great job on the back end of the Jets.
Boy, that front end got there.
Forced the fumble, but the Patriots fortunate to recover it. Jets get the ball back. Third play of the possession. Sean Green runs between the tackles here for a 20-yard gain to the Patriots 42. 3 plays later, can Sanchez and the Jets tack on points to this 11-point lead with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter? They cannot, as Sanchez overthrows Cotchery. Sanchez was high with his throws in the first quarter, got things buttoned up in the second quarter. Third quarter, he couldn't come up with the crucial throw there, and Brady and the Patriots began to click on offense to the best they had all day. Gronkowski right up the seam, 37 yards. Perfect. 3 plays later, 3rd and 9, Deion Branch makes a play.
What an effort right here by Deion Branch, who Darrelle Revis had done a great job on all day getting involved.
12-yard gain on 3rd and 9. 3 plays later, Brady to Wes Welker.
Boom! Watch that hitter. Remember that hitter will have an effect later.
As pieces come off the helmet, Eric Smith unloads on the Patriots. Good little foot soldier. Next play, Brady looking for the big man again in the end zone analogy. Crumpler holds on this time. And it's 14-9. Why are we mentioning that score? Because what does the book say?
The chart says go for 2 if it's late.
Only if it's Bill Belichick's chart. And what a great play. Sammy Morris comes in the backfield, and Brady hands it off to him for the 2-point conversion.
I like it. I like it.
A direct snap. What a fool. He fooled the whole defense. You were expecting pass in that situation. Great call by Belichick.
It was a direct snap. So Morris gets the 2-point conversion. It's just a 3-point game to start the fourth quarter. How do the Jets respond? By hitting Jericho Cotchery over the middle. Cotchery is still going. Cotchery leaps over the wall. Nice job by Jericho, and he is down.
This should never happen again. Zone coverage. Somebody ought to be there to make a play after 15 or 20 yards.
The tackle.
58-yard gain 3 plays later. Holy Super Bowl 43 Batman. Santonio Holmes makes a play in the corner of the end zone in a big playoff game. Touchdown, Jets. Holmes got 1 knee down, and 1 knee
Get it down.
2 feet, which is 9 less feet than what Wes Welker said on the podium.
Some people are born to make big plays in this situation, and that's exactly what Santonio Holmes has been born for.
Jets with a 10-point lead now with 10 minutes to go, and that's when the Brady and the Patriots went on a methodical drive down the field. Deion Branch with an 8-yard gain on 3rd and 6.
On Revis, and he's talking junk.
6 plays later, 12th play of the drive. Tom Brady to
got enough time.
Somebody,
but no one's open. You had enough time. Once again,
4-man rush. It's a coverage sack. 13th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 13. Tom Brady
got enough
checks
time.
It down to Danny Woodhead eventually. And Brady
have enough time.
And the Patriots
no one's open.
Cannot complete it. So it's 4th and 13 with 5 minutes and 19 ticks left. And it's another great play by the secondary.
This is a cover 2. 2 safeties deep. 4 or 5 underneath, and everyone's plastering on the receiver.
So Darrelle Revis had to come out due to injury. It's 4th and 13. Revis isn't on the field, and Brady and Branch cannot connect. And the Patriots turn down the field goal with a wind in their face and 52 yards. Instead, they go for it and come up empty on a drive that lasted 7.5 minutes.
Drive lasted too long, and then you don't make that play.
But the Jets cannot get a first down with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go, and the Patriots only call their first timeout of the half there. So they've got 2 timeouts left, and now the ball, and Julian Edelman running up the seam on a punt return.
Somebody's out of their lane on punt coverage, and the punter has to make the tackle to save the day.
What was the design? He just got it and hit that hole, Coach.
41-yard punt return, setting the Patriots up shot on the plus side of the field again. Gronkowski now takes the Patriots inside the red zone. 3 plays later, 3rd and 10, Tom Brady with 2.5 minutes to go, needing to score right before the 2-minute warning.
Get out of bounds. Tackle.
And that is a nice tackle by Drew Coleman, because Welker cannot get out of bounds, meaning it's time for Shane Graham to come in, hopefully to get the field goal off before the 2-minute warning so they can use it as a timeout. If they should score, the 2-minute warning comes, and that's a good thing because Graham's kick is no good. Had it counted. The Patriots would have gotten no points, so they come back after the 2-minute warning and get the 3 crucial points necessary to set up an onside kick, and they go up the middle. The ball is free and loose. Who gets it?
Oh, and
it's Antonio Cromartie.
Go down,
picks
go
it
down. We do not teach going down at Florida State. We go to the house.
I mean, instead of jumping on the ball, it's Antonio Cromartie.
Shut up.
The mad F-bomber of the week.
Hey.
It gets through Darrelle Revis, and he picks it up. And he runs it, which is crucial because the Patriots have only 2 timeouts left. Sean Green, 2 plays later.
Makes it personal right here. You remember Marshawn Lynch last week, and now Sean Green in his face.
What's Rex Ryan doing in the end zone?
High stepping.
Watch this in his face. Look at this. Get out of here.
Well, Sean Green goes in the end zone, and he goes down to celebrate using the ball as a pillow. Just when you thought Rex was running down there to say, don't do it, it's going to cost us 15 yards.
Like he got an ankle weight on
He finally gets down there, and he celebrates. Rex. I think I could take him.
You could take him.
We could hook that up now.
Or Sean Green could have gone down and ended the game. Jets could have taken a knee. Instead, Brady gets the ball back with less than a minute to go and 1 timeout left still. And there's Danny Woodhead right around to the red zone. The Patriots with 30 ticks to go after using their final timeout. All sorts of time again. Brady finds Deion Branch in the end zone, meaning the Patriots have another shot with the onside kick. If they could get it, they get a Hail Mary. They could force overtime with the new overtime rules, but right up the gut again, the Jets hand team does fall on it this time. And that's the way they cartwheel their way.
We don't flip, Braylon.
Into the AFC Championship game for the 2nd consecutive year, this time against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Rex and Belichick share an embrace and a conversation in the middle of the field. And the Jets, 6 weeks after losing by 42 points in that stadium in front of the whole country, return in front of the whole country again and make the Patriots one and done in the AFC.
Where do we begin? Well, why don't we start with the Jets defense, which is Rex Ryan's forte, and it's the basis for which they spoke this week. 45 points, as we all know, week 13 on the Monday night, 21 in this playoff win, 259, many in the we have to pass because we're behind mode, 5 sacks. Forced 1 turnover, we're close to getting a couple more.
And by the way, they didn't turn it over at all. So more than anything else, Tom, what did you see defensively from the Jets? Obviously, there were looks that Tom Brady and the Patriots were not prepared for, but surprised them some. It wasn't all-out pressure, but it was a more pressurized game, of course, than they had last week against the Colts. And they actually got pretty good pressure with 4 or 5 guys, right?
I thought that the Jets did a great job of mixing coverages. That's what you're talking about. They rushed 3. Sometimes they rushed 4. During their blitz packages, they, I think, really combined that with their coverage skills where they locked up on guys and made Brady have to take a second look, something that we talked about on Countdown this morning. But pressure, and I always say this about Tom Brady, it can't be token pressure. It has to be real. You have to knock him down and make him aware of the fact that he's getting hit. I believe that every quarterback is pretty much the same when you're doing that. The 5 sacks speak to that. I thought that they did a great job, Rex Ryan and his staff, of moving around Cromartie and Revis. And Revis, because of situations, found himself sometimes on the outside against Tate, oftentimes in much of the game against Branch. I'd probably say percentage-wise about 70% of the time, and even on Welker in the slot at times. So they did a great job of mixing and matching and causing some confusion to an offense that's the highest scoring in the National Football League.
Well, and the 7th highest scoring in points total in the history of the league with 518 points. Now, a lot of that, admittedly, was on defense and special teams. So 518 is 518. So when they played, one thing that the Jets weren't sure, and at times, even when they were winning, is getting a pass rush with just the 4 up front. You saw Pace, you saw Ellis, you saw a Patriot front wall that usually protects Tom Brady, you know, like their mother hens. This time not be impregnable, Tom.
Yeah, I thought that whoever was rushing, and you saw how exhausted the Jets' defense was in the 4th quarter, and especially the second half of the 4th quarter of this game, but tremendous effort on the part of the defensive line and linebackers, whether they were rushing 3, 4, 5 or more. I thought that the effort was tremendous. Good job of the pre-snap reads and hiding that from Tom Brady. You saw a lot of movement by the Jets, that walking around, not letting him get a sense of this guy is coming, this guy is not. So I think that that pre-snap information, it was not there for him, and all of a sudden he found himself being a little bit confused as the rush came at him.
Let's flip it for a minute, because one of the things that has made the Patriots great, especially in their first days when in 01 and 03 and 04, well, in 03 and 04, they but still weren't unbelievably dynamic in offense, obviously outstanding, but was an understanding by players, Tommy, on both sides of the ball. Okay, defensively, here's how we have to help our offense. Offensively, here's how we have to help our defense. Now let's go to today, to the Jets. The Jets, how do we help them? Well, let's keep them off the field, so 35 minutes of possession for the Jets. How does Mark Sanchez and the running game and Mark Sanchez and how do they run an offense that keeps the Patriots somewhat off balance? One advantage the Jets thought they had, and it played out. Their offensive line was able to match up front, and remember, many of the Patriot defenders had been up until now, even if they've been 3-year veterans of New England, in one playoff game.
That's correct. Young.
Right, so do you think the Jets played a little more savvy-wise against the Patriots defense?
I certainly think that it played a role. I thought that the offensive line of the Jets did an outstanding job. You look at the Jets stats, 29 carries, 120 yards on the day, a little bit over 4 yards a carry as the day went on. It was a process of wearing the Patriots down. I think you look for that run that gashes the defense at the end of the game. They got it from Green. But that is a process. That doesn't just start with, oh, we blocked them and we moved them and we made a great run. That's the combination of running over the period of the game, the whole game, and at the end, you finally break a team. I thought that ability to run the ball gave them the ability to play action, and we talked about all the pressure brought to bear on Tom Brady. Almost none brought to bear on Mark Sanchez. Now, Mark Sanchez, we talked about Brady being sacked 5 times. Mark Sanchez not sacked once today. So if you have a quarterback standing back, you form that great pocket around him right there. And the kid's got more movement than you give him credit for. He's pretty good outside the pocket and delivering the ball accurately. Well, if you're not hitting a guy and he starts to get comfortable, there's a drill in the NFL called 7-on-7, and all of these quarterbacks start to feel like they're in a 7-on-7 drill if you're not hitting them. Mark Sanchez, offensive line, your running backs, great job, and your wide receivers, outstanding job of getting open for him.
Mark Sanchez, 3 touchdown passes. No turnover play. You know, the kid has played only playoff games on the road, 5 of them. He's 4-1. Obviously, he's got a heck of a team to go with it. But they took the cuffs off.
Reversal.
He's okay, right? He played with confidence throughout.
If you would have said at the beginning of the day, which team's going to play mistake-proof football?
Right.
Which quarterback is going to be protected, and which quarterback's going to get sacked 5 times? Who's going to throw the most touchdown passes? Who's going to be comfortable? I think that you would have sensed all of that would have been Tom Brady. And, in fact, it ended up being Mark Sanchez.
Well,